So how much is the alcohol industry spending on advertisements in the United States? The answer, a lot. In 2013, it spent $2 billion. Most of that, more than half, went to television commercials. Magazines were the second biggest area for alcohol industry advertising. It's one thing to advertise, it's another to target children. Kristen Strader is the campaign coordinator for Public Citizens Commercial Alert Program. I asked her if she's ever okay with targeting children in advertisements.
Absolutely not. I don't think that it is ever appropriate. Children under 12 are unable to discern between what is fact and what is a corporation selling them something. But then teenagers are particularly vulnerable because they're very much concerned about what their peers think. And so corporations are able to pick up on that and manipulate them. We know that corporations use developmental psychologists, and they determine at what ages children are developing in certain ways, and they use that to sell products. So they'll say, okay, a 10-year-old is in need of this right now, and then they use that and they market their product in that way. So whether that be certain colors, certain cartoon characters that 10-year-olds are interested in, it's very unethical. It's unquestionably unethical.
And how does this type of advertising or advertising period, it can also change the behavior of the child?
Absolutely. Alcohol, for example, we see that the more alcohol advertisements that youth see, the more likely they are to drink, and to drink in excess, which causes a huge public health concern. Alcohol use among youth can lead to depression, anxiety, drinking and driving, violence, and that behavior, addiction especially, can translate into adulthood. So it can have long-term health consequences that youth aren't necessarily thinking about.
And of course, it's not just alcohol. We're talking about unhealthy foods and drinks, violence, beauty products. Talk to us about some of the impact on young girls as well.
Sure, absolutely. Well, I actually want to go back to the junk food topic because I think that's particularly important right now. You see, even parents who are protecting their children from aggressive advertising, a supervised trip to the grocery store results in massive amounts of advertising and marketing everywhere the child looks. Cereal, for example, very low in nutritional value. You walk through the grocery store with your child, and at their eyesight, which is no mistake, they will see boxes of cereal with colorful shapes on them, Star Wars characters, things that corporations know appeal to children. Beauty products, Barbie, for example, is definitely obviously marketed towards young girls, which impacts their perception of how they're supposed to look and be.
And of course, one big challenge is that it's not just about turning off the television or turning off the radio. We now live in a very connected digital world. The kid can just pick up the phone and go wherever he wants or she wants on that phone.
Mm-hmm. Yes, that's true. And the digital marketing is a whole nother problem. And it's really hard to figure out what to do about it because technology is constantly evolving, and we're constantly trying to stay on top of it and find out where marketers are going and where they're reaching children. I spoke to a parent just a few hours ago who was telling me that their 19-year-old daughter was watching YouTube videos, and the YouTube channel that they were watching in particular had two other 19-year-olds doing hair and makeup, and in between the videos there were commercials for alcohol. 19.
It's a problem.
That's a problem.
It's a problem. Now talk to us about international approaches and differences.
Sure. Well, there are different approaches that different countries have taken. When it comes to alcohol, for example, Ireland recently has proposed a bill to ban alcohol advertising on billboards near schools. And the World Health Organization has recommended restricted alcohol advertising in order to eliminate some of the alcohol-related harms that have been caused. The UK has introduced bills to ban junk food advertising to children. Brazil has been particularly active. So there are things being done outside of the United States. It's a little bit more difficult in the United States because of the money and politics issue.